The year is 2026, and the United States continues to push the boundaries of advanced defense technology. Among the most striking updates this year is the progress on new missile launcher systems developed to meet the rising global competition in long-range precision warfare. These launchers aren't just bigger and louder machines. They represent a shift in how the U.S. military thinks about mobility, efficiency, and integration with modern digital systems. One of the most talked-about systems in 2026 is the upgraded High-Mobility Artillery Rocket System, better known as HIMARS. Already famous for its role in conflicts around the world, the newest version has become lighter, faster, and more connected. Engineers have redesigned the chassis using advanced composite materials, similar to what we now see in high-end electric vehicles. This makes the launcher not only tougher against battlefield wear, but also more fuel-efficient, allowing it to move quickly between positions and avoid detection. Another headline development is the U.S. Army's next-generation long-range missile launcher, designed to work hand-in-hand with AI-powered targeting systems. Imagine a launcher that can scan multiple threats at once, calculate trajectories in seconds, and communicate with drones flying overhead. That's no longer science fiction, it's reality. The 2026 models are being tested with networked control systems that look surprisingly like the software used in the latest autonomous cars. Just as a car today can brake automatically or keep itself in lane, these missile systems can adjust to environmental conditions, wind patterns, and even counter incoming electronic jamming. But here's where things get interesting for our viewers, who also love cars. Many of the same technologies powering the future of defense are flowing into the automotive industry. For instance, the electric drive systems designed to silently move heavy missile launchers are based on advanced battery packs and torque distribution systems that car manufacturers are now adopting in next-gen SUVs and trucks. So when you hear about the U.S. Army upgrading its missile carriers to hybrid electric platforms, it's a direct reflection of the innovation happening in civilian transportation. In fact, the U.S. has been experimenting with launcher platforms that can switch between diesel and electric depending on the mission. The advantage is clear. When stealth is needed, they can roll almost silently on electric power, just like how new EVs give drivers a quiet city commute. And when raw power is required, they can kick back to traditional fuel. Interestingly, this same dual-power idea is at the heart of some of the most anticipated car releases of 2026, with companies racing to combine range, performance, and sustainability. Now let's talk numbers, because everyone loves performance stats. The new U.S. long-range missile launcher can deploy rockets up to 500 kilometers away with pinpoint accuracy. That's roughly the distance from New York to Washington, D.C. in a single strike. The launchers can fire multiple types of munitions, including smart missiles designed to adjust mid-flight. Compare that to the auto world, where the 2026 flagship electric cars are boasting ranges of 600 to 700 kilometers on a single charge. In both industries, the push is the same. Go further, faster, and smarter. Another crossover between defense and automotive is automation. The military is working on semi-autonomous launchers that can be operated remotely or even drive themselves into combat zones. For safety, this reduces the need for human crews to be directly exposed. Meanwhile, on the civilian side, self-driving cars are making their way from futuristic prototypes into everyday showrooms. The technology stack, sensors, LiDAR, AI decision-making, is surprisingly similar. What protects a missile crew from danger is the same kind of tech that keeps a driver safe on the highway. There's also the matter of cost. Military budgets are massive, but efficiency is still critical. The U.S. wants launchers that can be maintained easily, upgraded quickly, and shared across branches of the armed forces. This mirrors the auto industry's push for modular platforms, where the same underlying chassis can serve as the base for a sedan, an SUV, or a truck. By 2026, both industries are learning the same lesson. Modularity saves time and money. For the car enthusiasts tuning in, here's a fun perspective. Think of a missile launcher as the ultimate off-road vehicle. It needs to go anywhere, mountains, deserts, icy roads, while carrying tons of payload. That demand for ruggedness has inspired innovations in suspension systems, tire durability, and adaptive traction control. Some of those very breakthroughs are now being scaled down into everyday pickup trucks and adventure SUVs. So, in a strange way, your next weekend camping vehicle might benefit from the same engineering that keeps a launcher mobile on the battlefield. As we look ahead, the U.S. military AS 2026 updates show us a world where defense and civilian technology are more intertwined than ever before. The missile launchers of today are not just weapons. They're re-rolling test beds for the kind of digital, electric, and automated systems we'll all be seeing in our cars tomorrow. So, whether you're fascinated by national defense or just excited about the next car hitting the streets, the takeaway is clear. Innovation is happening faster than ever, and what begins on the battlefield often ends up in the driveway. And that wraps up our deep dive into the 2026 U.S. missile launcher updates and how they connect to the latest car technology. The overlap is real, the future is electric, and both industries are racing toward smarter, cleaner, and more powerful machines.